Most isolated places on the planet that are difficult to reach. Javari Valley. At least 14 uncontacted Amazonian tribes reside in this area, and is among the most remote locations on Earth, which is at least partially attributable to the local government's choice. The Brazilian government has no control over the 2,000 or so indigenous people living there. Their habitat is about the size of Austria. A federal agency guards the tribe's right to live in isolation, and special forces patrol the borders to keep outsiders out. People have long been scared away from the Javari Valley by the dense tropical forests teeming with venomous snakes. There are many mysteries surrounding this special location on Earth. For instance, where did the group of scientists who visited this unsettling location in the 1960s disappear to? Javari Valley was a huge blank spot on the map of uncharted areas due to its challenging terrain, harmful wildlife, and total lack of communication with the outside world. Edo-Kortormit. Edo-Kortormit, one of the most isolated towns in the nation, is situated on Liverpool Land, a peninsula in eastern Greenland. 80 Inuit settlers first inhabited it in 1925. Currently, the 345 people who make up the population hunt whales and polar bears for food and trade while also, presumably, deciding what color to paint their homes. Pitcairn Island. The island of Pitcairn is situated far out in the ocean. More precisely, in the region of the Pacific Ocean that lies roughly halfway between Peru and New Zealand. The 56 people who live on the island are all descended from a group of sailors who mutinied on the ship HMS Bounty back in 1789. Although visitors can visit the island, getting there is difficult. You must first travel to Tahiti before boarding a domestic flight to Magrava, and the flight only departs once per week. The terrifying claim or two sails from here to Rakitio once every third month. Grise Fjord. Yes, Grise Fjord is the Canadian Inuit village's official name in English. The northernmost permanent settlement in Canada is a small Inuit village with 100 residents on Ellesmere Island, which is situated at the far end of Nansen Sound. As you might infer from the name, those with a Scandinavian heritage have participated in the decision-making process. Otto Sverdrup gave Grise Fjord its name because he believed the local walruses made pig-like sounds. Kerguelen. Also very far away are the Kerguela, also referred to as the Desolation Islands, in the Indian Ocean. The uninhabited island group with Heard Island and McDonald Islands is the closest neighbor, located 450 kilometers away. To reach the closest settlement, you must travel a total of 3,300 kilometers. The main inhabitants of this area are animals like penguins and seals, along with a small number of occasionally present French soldiers and scientists. Nauru. The world's least visited nation is Nauru, a tiny island that goes by the name Pleasant Island aptly. With only 200 visitors per year, there's a good chance you won't encounter a large number of other tourists while enjoying a small island paradise. Despite being the smallest republic in the world, there is still a lot to do here. You can go snorkeling, swim, unwind, or watch Australian football with the locals. Kiribati. Near the equator in the Pacific Ocean, the island nation of Kiribati is made up of 32 atolls that span 35,000.000 km2. The island is located far out at sea and can be reached from Hawaii in at least 5 hours by plane. Because of the dateline, Kiribati was once split in half, so the island experienced 2 distinct days every day. However, this was altered in 1995 when Kiribati as a whole was drawn east of the dateline. The island is now regarded as the westernmost nation in the world. Macquarie Island. Scientists working at the Australian base on Macquarie Island, which is situated between New Zealand and Antarctica, call it home. The researchers make up a small minority because the world's only breeding colony of white-chested penguins resides on this island during the breeding season. Nearly 2 million penguins are present on the island during the high season. Tristan da Cunha. In total, there are 4 islands that make up the Tristan da Cunha group of islands. These islands are Gough, Nightingale, Tristan da Cunha, and Inaccessible. Due to their untamed landscapes and breathtaking sea cliffs, the latter 2 have been added to the UNESCO World Heritage List. Given that the capital's name is Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, it should come as no surprise that the islands are a part of the United Kingdom. Compared to the Pitcairn Islands, Tristan da Cunha is a little easier to reach. Take a plane to Cape Town and board one of the occasional passing boats. Oh, and the boat trip itself takes 5 to 6 days.